First Minister Sturgeon, former President and Chairman Grimson, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. Even, I'm not there. We are 50,000 people living in the Faroes, next neighbors to Scotland, and have a long tradition in the links. And it's also a pleasure for me to be here in Edinburgh today at this time where the Arctic Forum is hosted. I think a lot of Faroese people have been studying here, as well as a lot of our tourism is based on coming here as the same reason as the Icelanders, to buy and see something else. And I'm also honored that I, on behalf of the government and the people of the Faroe Islands, are allowed to speak at such a distinguished gathering of people. For us, it's particularly exciting that this event takes place in Scotland, our sister nation in the south. The ties between the Faroes and Scotland date back a long way. We have many cultural and historical aspects back a long way. We have been trading partners since the Middle Age. As a fisher nation, we have collaborated for decades. Scotland receives the second highest number of Faroese students at the university. We share many realities together, particularly with the Scottish Islands. When I was a young football player, I had the opportunity to visit Shetland a lot of times, also Orkneys, and it leads back to many memories, and both in culturally and the aspect of terms of trade and fishery exchange. But I'm convinced that this lesson we can teach each other today and tomorrow are available, and we in the Arctic aim to adopt the challenge into innovative opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, the Faroe Islands are committed to being an active player in the Arctic and the international community as a whole. Like other nations and communities in the Arctic, the Faroe economy, society, and very way of life is closely connected with our natural surrounding. For us, an Iceland nation, a healthy and productive ocean means the difference between progress or downfall. Fisheries and aquaculture are vital to the economy and the well-being of the Faroese people. Our large maritime area and the wider North Atlantic is our resources base. It is our connection with the rest of the Arctic and indeed with the rest of the world. We have an ocean of opportunities and require us to be wise. We take very serious our responsibility to safeguard the ocean around us. We manage its resources wisely and develop its enormous potential as a source of food, energy, and transport in a sustainable way. I firmly believe that the Atlantic nation can and should lead the way into showing how our common challenges of distance, climate, and demography are not a problem. They are diverse in innovation and sustainable development. We're working to use our local perspective in expresses in the Faroe Islands to make size and distance irrelevant, not just for ourselves, but also for the rest of the global community. On such experience, which is particularly relevant now that we are in Scotland, is the digital infrastructure in the Faroe Islands. Even the remotest part of the Faroes are connected to the rest of the world by high-speed international powered by the sea cable direct from connecting Scotland to the Faroes. In addition, I would like to highlight 3 areas where I see great strategic potential for us as a country in the Arctic region. The blue bioeconomy is a concept that the Faroe Islands embrace. It means making more out of marine resources. We can, and we should, be thinking more about terms of quality than quantity, adding value, developing new products, and taking the leads in the marine innovation. Maritime services are in growing demands in shipping, increasing across the Arctic and the North Atlantic. Infrastructure and technical expertise are key to ensure both competitive business and effective international cooperation on marine safety. We have a lot to offer in both respect into the Faroe Islands. A dynamic and democratic society is a growing society. We must support new and creative ideas in our modern and digital age. We must ensure that all our citizens can prosper and be involved in shaping the future with a strong sense of identity and inclusion. Education and research are key and should be grounded in our own realities and potential as a society. Ladies and gentlemen, our common challenge are unique opportunities if we are smart enough to approach them as such. This approach will also be very much in focus next May in Tórshavn, when the government of the Faroe Islands will be hosting the next Arctic Forum in cooperation with the Arctic Circle. I look forward to exchange views with many of you here today, and I look forward to welcome you to the Faroe Islands next May, where we can continue the conversation and explore the potential for the future international collaboration in more details. Time and tide wait for no man. A famous Scottish poet once wrote. It was true then, and it's still true today. As decision maker, we must face the realities of living in the Arctic. It is our responsibility to learn from each other, to share ideas, but more than that, we also have the duty to act based on our shared ideas and shared responsibility. Thank you very much. Takk fyrir.